Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever episode of Cosplay Corner. This is really cool. This is a new series that I'm going to try and do where I make a cosplay for an affordable price, around $100 every month, maybe 2 every month if we get a little bit crazy. I take suggestions from you, the viewers, and I go and I try and make the most affordable version of that costume for the cheap, for new people who are getting into cosplay or for people who are a little bit strapped for cash. I asked people to vote, and they voted, and it looks like the costume we're going to be making for cosplay this time around is going to be Green Arrow, or Red Arrow, or Speedy, or Arsenal. It's a superhero archer. We're making a superhero archer costume. So, let's do it! So for this build, you're going to need to pick up one T-shaped PVC pipe, half a dozen wooden dowels, 5 feet worth of PVC pipe, zip ties, preferably black, spray paint. I picked up Rust-Oleum, some sort of strong tape, preferably Gorilla brand, hot glue, sandpaper, multicolored foam for the masks and for the handle of the bow. Some things that I already had were a leather jacket of choice. You can usually pick up a nice leather jacket or some sort of jacket that looks superhero-esque at a thrift shop for somewhere between $15 to $40. It depends on what sort of look you're going for and how much money you have to spend. A pair of old boots, some old sporting equipment from a thrift shop. This is always good to have on hand because it can be recycled just like the boots or the jacket for other builds. Pair of gloves, string, hot glue gun, some sort of cutting device, a belt, and black pants. So to start the build, you're going to want to get your T-shaped PVC pipe and cut off 2 ends and then sand them down. You're then going to want to measure down the middle of your 5-foot long cut of PVC pipe. The PVC pipe I got was about an inch in diameter. I cut it down the middle, then marked holes of where I was going to cut through. I bored my holes on my cut T section and on the PVC pipe. Then hot glued the ends of the T section that weren't cut, inserted them and lined up the holes. Then I placed the zip tie inside for extra strength. I pulled the zip tie tight, and there you go. Both ends of the bow are secured. I then made holes in the either end of the bow and ran string around it 3 times, tied it tight, and used my Gorilla tape to hold it in place. Then I made 2 little bands out of Gorilla tape for my fingers to be placed, with the arrow in between. Then it was time to spray paint. I did about 3 coats of a gloss black for the bow body. Next I moved on to the mask. Now, I got different color foam for different masks, and I can reuse these masks in the future for different characters, like Green Arrow, or if I did another character that maybe had a red or black mask. And I cut out each mask. Then, I roped thread around either side of the mask, then hot glued it on the inside of the mask. After having made a couple of these masks, I can choose my favorite one to wear for the different costumes. I made a black, red, and green one, each with their own unique design. For example, the green mask for Green Arrow is shaped sharply on the sides to represent 2 arrows. Speaking of, I made a quick, good-looking arrow by cutting out some black foam in diamond shape, then gluing it to the end of one of the dowels. Then I cut off a little bit of foam in the shape of the feathers that go at the end. I made long, random cuts along the edges, then glued them into place and trimmed them down. And voila! There's a little arrow that's con-safe and doesn't hurt if it hits someone. The last thing I did was glue on some handle pieces to the bow, and that was it. And the costume was done. I made a version of Red Arrow that I really like, and I also managed to make an urban or street-style Green Arrow. All I did was change the jacket from a nice Star-Lord replica jacket I got off of fjackets.com, for anyone who's wondering. I threw on some elbow pads and voila! Urban Green Arrow. So guys, that was the really quick how-to of some sort of superhero archer, Green Arrow, Speedy, Arsenal, Red Arrow, somebody. But yeah, so I just want to say quickly thank you to all of the people who actually waited for this video to come out, and all the people who made suggestions on the previous video, because without the suggestions and the waiting, I would not go and do this video and try and start this series. So it would be really, really awesome to get the next episode going by getting suggestions from you guys of things that you want to see for a possible next video of cosplay stuff. What sort of cheap, easy cosplay character would you like to see get made? Something easy. Just let me know. It can't be super crazy. No Iron Man suits, anything like that. I don't have enough foam just laying around to do one of those. But yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see, and I will definitely try and get some cool stuff done. But you guys enjoy yourselves. I hope this helped. Keep it amazing, and I will see you all later. For the sake of keeping the video simplistic, I only did one arrow. I did the red arrow that's right over there. I have enough stuff to do a couple green arrows. I have, there's the masks. But what I was thinking is it'd be really fun to do some of the crazy arrows later in the future. I know that I didn't build a quiver for this build just because I couldn't find anything to build a quiver out of, so maybe I'll just throw some fake ends on those, and then when I make a quiver I'll just stick them in there. Or maybe I'll make a boxing glove, or one with the little gas canisters or net pieces at the end, or like a fake grappling hook end, something. But I've got, 5 of these left, so I'll do something with them in the future.